Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's the Somewhat Tutor, and today we're going to be looking at quadratic equations part 2, however this time using the quadratic formula. So in this case we're going to be looking at an equation where we can't factorize with two numbers, so we're going to have to find the roots which are using the quadratic equation, and they will be non-integers, so they'll be decimal points. So let's start with an example. So 4x squared plus 9x plus 3 equals 0. First of all, we need to get it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, as discussed in my previous video. So if you've not checked that out, please do go ahead and check it out. We need to recognize, have we got it in the form with decreasing order in powers? Yes, we do. We've got the x squared term first, followed by the x term, and then finally this isolated integer. Let's go ahead and get the coefficients a, b, and c. So using the quadratic form here, we can identify that a is 4, we've got b as 9, and then we've got c as 3. So normally the next step is we get the middle value, which is also the middle term, which is the 9x. We split it into two parts, so two x terms. That should equal to 9x, and that usually that is from two numbers. When you multiply it, should equals a times c, and when you add them, should equal b. So a times c, which equals 4 times 3, and that's 12. But when you add the two numbers, they should equal to b, which is 9. So two numbers, when you times them, should equal 12, and when you add them, should equal 9. So two numbers that equal to 12 when you times them, or when you multiply them. So we've got 12 times 1, we've got 6 times 2, we've got 4 times 3. So 12 times all of these multiply to equal 12, but if you look at b, we need two numbers that equal to 9. So 12 plus 1, well, that's 13. If we do a sign change, we're not going to get to 9. 6 plus 2, that equals 8, not quite there. Again, if we do a sign change, we won't be able to get that 9. And finally 4 times 3, that equals 12, but when you add them, that equals 7. Likewise, we can't get to 9 even with a sign change. So what that means is we're going to have to use the quadratic equation, which is you have your x roots, which will equal minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. So we've identified the coefficients a, b, and c earlier on, which are these numbers, again from the quadratic form that we identified our equation to be in. We now need to substitute these coefficients into the equation to get the two roots. So let's do that. Let's do exactly that. So we've got minus b, which is minus 9, as b is a positive 9, so take the minus. We've got plus minus the square root of b squared, again 9 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 4, multiplied by c, which is 3, and all divided by 2a, which is your 2 multiplied by 4. So that's what your x roots will be. So you notice there's a plus and minus. What that means, or what that indicates, is there's just two roots. You've got the minus 9 plus the positive root of 9 squared minus 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 divided by 2 times 4, and then you've got the minus, which is the minus 9 minus the root divided by 2 times 4. So let's go ahead and simplify this as much as we can. That will leave us with x equals minus 9 plus minus the square root of 9 squared. So you've got 81, so that's 9 times 9, minus 4 times 4, which is 16, and then 16 multiplied by 3, which is 48. So we can add that in and then divide it by 2 times 4, which is 8. So we've got x equals minus 9 plus minus 81 minus 48, which is positive 33, divided by 8. Now we can't simplify that more, so what we can do is plug that straight into the calculator. So that leaves us with x equals minus 9 plus positive root 33 over 8. Again, to 2 decimal places, that is minus 0.41. So that's your first root. The second root will be x equals minus 9 minus root 33 divided by 8. Again, if you type that into your calculator, that equals minus 1.84 to 2 decimal places. So I hope that helps, and if you have any other questions, or if you did not quite understand that, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Please do like and subscribe to this video, and if there's any other videos you would like to see, again, please list it in the comments below, and I'm sure to read it and help you guys. Thank you very much, take care.